So with Chris Keel of Armada Corporate Intelligence, and Chris is actually chairing the whole conference, but will also be moderating one of the panels on manufacturing and transportation. Chris, can you talk a little bit about some of the speakers, some of the topics you'll be covering in your panel?
Yeah, it should be a very interesting panel. We have about half transportation, half manufacturing. We have people like Tim Barton from FreightQuote, which is one of the more innovative electronic and internet-based transportation solutions. We have Roger Woody from the University of Kansas, who's been very active in supply chain discussions for many years, has been chairman of some of the larger supply chain organizations in the country. We have Scott Carson, who is with Smith Electric Vehicles, very current technological advances, and we also have Steve Hasty with A&E Custom Manufacturing, who is showing how you can be innovative when you're a small steel fabricator trying to change your entire customer base.
So with that mix of transportation and manufacturing, are there particular themes or topics you think will come out pretty strongly in the panel, Chris?
Yeah, I think mostly it's going to be innovation in response to market changes. There are no two industries that have been more affected by change and by innovation than transportation and manufacturing. People who are in those sectors have really had to adapt and adjust to a new and modern world, and these four companies really show how that's been done.
So it's got applicability, you think, in Kansas City, but also beyond as well. They're probably global companies, at least some of them, I would think.
Very definitely, because you see organizations like FreightQuote that is international in its scope. Smith Electric Vehicles is certainly on the cutting edge of that whole new alternative transportation. Roger has been engaged in international activity for years, and Steve is representative of small-scale manufacturers really the world over.
Great. Well, it sounds like a great panel, and look forward to it. Thanks,
Thank
Chris.
you.
Chris Lester, Senior VP of the Greater Kansas City Chamber of Commerce, talking about the upcoming Innovation Conference. And Chris, you've got a panel you'll be moderating.
Financial services.
What kind of topics, what things will you be talking about?
We're going to have some companies and operations here in town that people really haven't heard of. We've got an affiliate with UMB Bank that's involved in healthcare and healthcare services. And they have swipe card technology to track transactions in health savings accounts, which is kind of interesting. We've got a firm by the name of Card Compliant that tracks unused balances on gift cards, which is an exploding industry and sector in this country, and these are one of the real big players nationally in that space, and they're based right here, and very few people have heard anything about them. We have someone from Bats Trading, which, again, locally based company, third largest stock exchange in the country by volume, and they'll be talking about what they do. Those are some of the highlights.
We're here talking about the upcoming Innovation Conference from the Greater Kansas City Chamber of Commerce. We've got Mike Schiffman from KCP&L, and Mike will be moderating a panel on clean tech and alternative energy. Mike, what do you expect to cover? What kind of topics will you be talking about?
Well, with the energy industry changing the landscape today, not only politics, but also advances in technology. There will be several presenters which will speak on how that technology, how the policy is changing, and just some innovative technologies that have come about not only from local companies, but from global businesses as well.
Well, it's interesting. So it's not just a Kansas City focus. There's learnings and lessons and applicability much broader than the metro area.
That's correct.
Cool. Well, look forward to that. Mike Schiffman from KCP&L, again, one of the breakout sessions of the upcoming conference. We're here with Dan Carter. He's going to be moderating a panel on technology and communication at the upcoming Greater Kansas City Chamber of Commerce Innovation Conference. Dan, could you tell us a little bit about topics and what you're going to cover and who's there?
Sure. At the heart of innovation is technology, and so our panel that we've pulled together, we have companies Chemodex, Lockpath, Ericsson, and iTerra. All these companies will share their success stories. Ericsson will focus on outsourcing. Chris Caldwell, product development. William Hayes will focus on innovation in terms of Google Maps, latest technology. And so it should be a rich conversation that we'll have.
Excellent. Any particular themes you expect to come out of the session?
You know, it's not just going to be driven by technology, but we'll really hear, and it goes with the chamber themes of empowering people, solving problems, and growing your business. And so we'll hear how Ericsson is helping Sprint solve a problem in outsourcing their network. We'll also hear from Chris Caldwell starting a new business. And so it's not just technology, it's people, it's process, and it's culture.
Very good. Well, we'll look forward to it. Thank you very much, Dan.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.